So first of all, good evening, Pawan. Okay, you can directly start with what problem you have, so I can give you the solution.
Actually, I'm from a non-IT background. Currently working in a finance company, finance department of a manufacturing company.
Mm-hmm,
Since the last 5 to 6 years, I'm actively
mm-hmm,
involving in IT. I just want to switch over to IT. In
mm-hmm,
my organization, actually, I'm working on various types of developments also.
mm-hmm.
We have SAP. I'm a ABAP developer in my current organization, and also
ABAP,
do some
okay.
development.
ABAP, correct? I think. Okay, okay.
ABAP.
Mm,
I'm currently
mm.
doing the ABAP development and also looking after that system administration also. And I want to switch to full-time IT, that DevOps role.
Okay.
So right now I am in a dilemma. Actually, I want to switch to DevOps role. Okay.
So got it.
So I
Means
want to
you
switch
are
from finance
got
to
it.
DevOps.
Okay, so you you want to switch it from finance from to DevOps field, right?
Yes, yes,
Correct.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Total, how many years of experience you have, Pawan?
Actually, I have more than 13 years experience.
Mm-hmm.
But intermittently, actually, if I have to count it, means around 5 years experience in IT background, IT work, IT related work.
5 years of experience into IT background. Okay.
Yes,
Okay. And you wanted to switch it to directly to as a DevOps engineer, correct? And
yes, yes,
if I'll tell you like 8 5 almost 8 year is into the financial background. Tell me if I'm wrong.
yes, yes,
Okay. Correct.
yes,
So
yes.
now few things before going into the DevOps. Okay, because we have seen that my 100 days of IT corporate boot camp course where I have been explaining that you need to go through because some of like there are mixed kind of audience, right? Where few of them are freshers, few of them are having 2 years, 4 years, some of them are having 10 years of experience. So everybody has different desires, right? So somebody wanted to be get a job first. Someone want to get their skills right, enhance, right, upskill. They just wanted to do right. Somebody want to switch the company and somebody wants to change their company also. Or someone I have seen that there are videos already. It is there in my channel. If you go through that one, where few of them are asking me like the previous video also, right, with the Yogesh that. I think that is a recent video just now I put. He is also from the non-IT background, right? And he wanted to switch it to the IT background completely. So for him, I have given a suggestion that there are two, three things. Okay, I'll come to that part for you because you said you are doing a ABAP development. Okay, because I know most of the technology somewhere, somewhat somehow I know, okay, that versatile experience I have. So this is also kind of a SAP product, right? Module. This is one of the SAP module, right? So in this SAP module,
Uh,
if you are doing some kind of a development, so what type of a language you are using? Just wanted to understand.
this is, language itself is ABAP. ABAP is a language
Okay,
similar to
okay,
Java.
okay.
It is
Similar
mainly
to,
used in SAP.
okay, fine, fine.
Okay.
So few questions I'll ask you. Do you have any experience with Linux or shell scripting? Uh, Pawan.
I have a Linux experience and also
Mhm.
AWS experience also.
Okay.
I have not used much shell scripting in my daily work actually.
Okay, so Linux, how much means have you done any kind of a hands-on stuff, or have you?
Actually, I have used EC2 instance to install some few of my software also.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Since we use some custom application, I have deployed those applications on Linux, on EC2 instances, and
mm-hmm.
also schedule
Okay,
some cron jobs also in on those systems.
okay. So in the production environment, right?
Yes,
Yes.
production
So I
environment.
think you have a good exposure towards at least the dashboard, which is a compute service related to your EC2, right? Where we'll be deploying our instances, VPC, security groups, right? And other compute services, correct? So, how about like any other services? Do you have any idea about the landing zone and all? Means any other services, Lambda services, or any database services apart from your compute services, which is related to AWS?
I have used AWS RDS also and S3
Mm-hmm.
bucket.
Mm-hmm.
and simple mails services, and also
Mm-hmm.
use some lambda functions also to actually get the daily data from RDS solution. That Postgres SQL is there. We have a
Okay.
custom application that is using Postgres SQL. I
Okay.
wanted a daily report from that Postgres SQL. I scheduled a lambda function for that one also
Okay. Okay.
to
Fine.
get that
Absolutely.
daily.
Okay. Okay. Why I am asking all these things, I'm just trying to understand because since your question is exactly on the
Mm.
point that you wanted to be in the DevOps.
Mm.
So I need to understand
Uh,
how much knowledge you have. According to that only I can suggest you. Okay. Pavan. Okay. And how about Linux? Like Linux troubleshooting is how good you are at Linux troubleshooting means if suppose any issues or you just know only those basic commands and all.
yes, actually, I know about the process only. Process, if process some process is stopped, I can
Hmm.
check it and restart it. That much knowledge I have it, and I
Okay, I
can
got
create
it.
user name and user ID, and grant
Hmm.
some permissions to files.
Hmm.
To
Hmm.
that basic knowledge I have it.
Okay, okay, I got it. You are telling if suppose any of the Tomcat service is stopped, okay, so you can run those, you can start with those services, right? Or
Yes, yes,
you know how to kill a process and all those stuffs, right? Correct?
yes,
That is good.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes,
So now coming back to
yes.
the DevOps part. So because see, I have extensively worked as a DevOps engineer, not only DevOps as a lead DevOps engineer, right? Senior DevOps engineer also. Okay. So yeah. So in that one, there are see DevOps is more of a. I'll explain you here only. It's more of a culture. Okay, it's more of a methodology, or it's more of a adaptation according to me. Or if you go, if you read, you will find like that only. Like agile is there. It's more of a right way of working. So DevOps is also a way of working where you are closely working with the developers. Correct, and but it's not like that you need to learn this technology. It's not a technology, so you need to learn some tools to work as a DevOps engineer. Okay, and your work could be anything, Pavan. Okay, so the work could be, suppose if you get hired as a DevOps engineer. So if you I'll show you here only, right, let me practically I'll show you with the data, then you will understand. Okay, being a DevOps engineer, what could be your roles and responsibility? Okay, so I'll share my screen, let me know once it is visible to you. Okay, so as you can see here, this is my overall summary of my this resume, Pavan. Okay, and you can see clearly why I wanted to show you. Whoever wants to pursue a career in the DevOps, or a senior DevOps engineer, or a lead DevOps engineer, what sort of a skill set he or she should have. Okay, so you can see the summary of a. This is my current resume. Okay, and it's purely updated one. So you can see I have mentioned Git and GitHub. This is one of the version control tool. Jenkins is there. Okay, Jenkins is we use as an integration tool. Azure DevOps is there. Azure DevOps also recently we started using as a pipeline to create your pipeline. In the Jenkins, we need to do some kind of a parameterized pipeline. In most of the cases, you are going to see those parameterized pipeline or a declarative pipeline. Okay, by use of Groovy scripts and all, you need to create a pipeline. Okay, to deploy your application. Okay, in any of the instance, whether it's in the AWS cloud, whether it's a GCP cloud, or whether it's a Azure cloud. Okay, I'll come to that part. So Docker Swarm, Kubernetes also somewhere somewhat experience. Ansible is also, and these tools are specific to the organization. Okay, Bash is also because my one expertise, I can say Bash is there, shell scripting is there, and Python also I have worked with. Okay, Linux somewhere you can see I have worked with almost maximum of the distros. Now coming back to here, because these are the monitoring tools. So you can see I have worked with most of the monitoring tool, whether it's a Splunk is there. Splunk we use it for log monitoring. Elk is use we use it for data monitoring kind of stuff, right? And K means it's Elasticsearch, Logstash, and Kibana. Okay. So ultimately, Kibana is going to be your dashboard. Grafana is also one of the metrics monitoring tool. AWS CloudWatch also. If you said like you have worked with most of the services with AWS, that is also a monitoring tool, and those tools which I have mentioned, those are very specific to our organization. Zabbix, most of you know, it's a alerting tool and all, right? Service now, those are the ticketing tool, and after this, like Terraform is as an infrastructure tool, right? And these are the servers which I have normally. Apache Tomcat to deploy your application on top of it. Nginx we mainly use for your F5 load balancer and all. Okay, so these set of experience I have as a DevOps engineer. Okay, when I started my career, but to start a career as a DevOps engineer, at least I am telling you, you should know at least Git or GitHub. GitHub is why very important, because it's a version control tool. Okay, and you need to get because you're most of the time when you are closely working with a developer. Okay, so either suppose some vulnerability issues will be coming. Okay, code related vulnerability issues will be coming. So it those tasks also will assign to a DevOps engineer, Pavan. Okay. And in that case, you need to remove those vulnerability, and again you need to merge those code to the GitHub. And suppose you are working for a pipeline, correct? You created a parameterized pipeline, and that pipeline is deploying. Suppose you have created a Terraform code, okay, to create your infrastructure. So where that Terraform code you are going to put? You have to put inside the GitHub repository only, right? And ultimately, from the GitHub repository, your Jenkins files will be also in the GitHub. So your all the codes you are going to store in the GitHub. So you should know at this is the minimum, I will say, prerequisite. If you wanted to become a DevOps engineer, this is the pre-requirement, that you should have very good hands-on experience with the GitHub. You need to know how to resolve all those merge conflicts and all. You need to know how you can merge from staging, or how you can merge from your dev to staging and all those your codes and all. Okay, now coming back to here, at least you should have somewhere some expertise with any of the integration tool, like your Jenkins is there, Azure DevOps there, and in AWS they have their own I would say the pipeline and all, right? And there is also Team City is also there. If you heard of that one, that is also an integration tool. Okay, we use it for pipeline, but in most of the cases, in most of the organization, you are going to get this Jenkins. So at least you should know how to build, test, and deploy your code, and how you can create a complete pipeline for your Jenkins. Okay, so anyways, these things will be coming to my channel soon. Okay, because I am taking everyone into this train. Okay, so these things will be in that 100 days of corporate IT bootcamp. Everything is there. Okay, and the real time project will be there. Okay, so why I told that you should know this one, in most of the cases where you will find that you have to deal with the pipeline. Okay, suppose a developer is coming. Okay, he want to deploy his release and all. Okay, so for that, you being a DevOps engineer, you need to make sure that if suppose he's deploying his code, okay, to the staging environment, okay, and he started getting errors, so that issue you need to resolve as a DevOps engineer. So, and you also know how to create those pipelines and all, okay, by writing some Groovy scripts, or you know how what is a parameterized pipeline, what is a declarative pipeline, how the integration will be happen, what all plugins are required, how a Jenkins is working as a master and slave configurations, those configurations, everything, how you can manage Jenkins, right, and the settings and all. So those things you need to know. Okay, and this is something because the work of a DevOps engineer is not, you can say, no, you need to only work on the pipeline. No, absolutely wrong. DevOps work is can be anything. I said very clearly, you will be working as a migration. Might be they will put you some kind of a migration work. Whether the monolithic application you have to migrate from your on premises to your, I would say, whether it's a GCP cloud, whether it's a Azure cloud, or whether it's your any private cloud also it could be. Okay, or your AWS cloud, correct? So, or vulnerability work could be assigned to you, production support work. As I said, suppose Jenkins is pipeline is failing, so they will immediately raise a ticket, okay, for a DevOps engineer as a production support issue. It's a production issue, correct? They were trying to deploy, the developers are trying to deploy the code, right, and their codes are getting fail. Okay, they are not, the pipeline is getting failed. So in that case, you need to take charge and you need to resolve those issues. Okay, because they are not going to do. They will say immediately that this is DevOps job. Okay. And this Docker and Docker Swarm and Kubernetes, why I told, I know, because Kubernetes, it's in most of the environment where you will see the pods will be there, right? And your Kubernetes cluster will be there, and they want you this Kubernetes cluster to be either running in GKE, right? You have heard of, if GCP is there, so that is called GKE. AKS, you have heard of Azure cluster, right? Kubernetes services and all. Same way, like in AWS, also services are there. But if you want to standalone deploy that Kubernetes in the AWS instance, that also you can do it. Okay. So this knowledge also you should have, how a Kubernetes cluster works, right? What is a pod, right? How suppose if your deployment get failed, your pod is you are not able to log into any of the pod, right? What all errors will be encountering, right? So how you can troubleshoot those error, how you can get the kubectl logs and all. Okay, there are so many things of this one. So I'm not telling you that you have to immediately learn these things, but at least you should know this Git, GitHub, Jenkins and Azure. Not Azure, I'll say, at least this one version control tool, Jenkins, and Docker you must know, because you don't know, because all the application, as I said, their applications will be monolithic applications, so they want to containerize their application. So in that case, you have to create containers, right? And in on top of that container, you have to deploy their application and test whether it's running successfully or not. Cloud, it's their decision whether they want to go with the AWS, because all the organization is doing this only. Even recently, we were almost migrating 14 applications from their monolithic applications. So this kind of a work will be there. Now here Ansible, why Ansible, at least out of these three configuration management tool, whether it's a Puppet, Shape or uh, uh, mm, this Ansible, right? You should know at least one of the configuration management tool. Okay, because this is also used for to upscale or to downscale anything. Whether you want to deploy something, right? It's also, Ansible is also used to patching also. Earlier, you know that we were using Red Hat, right? Correct. From the Red Hat satellite server, we were directly getting the latest packages, and we are patching with your Linux servers and all. But now the things are in a different way. They are using playbooks for patching their servers and all. So patching work could be also assigned to you. Okay, being a DevOps engineer. So this is why I'm telling, because I have worked on almost all the things, and this finally to automate your infrastructure, this will come to you all the time. At least whether you should know shell scripting or a Python or this Bash shell. Okay, I'll remove this one. I have given a comma. Okay, Bash shell. Okay, as a scripting. Okay, or you should know Python. Any automation tool. Automation tool infrastructure as a automation tool, if you will, that is Terraform. That is not, I would say, that immediately you should learn, but automation point of view, they will ask you to automate some of the manual tasks. Okay, so that you can do it with the Bash shell or with the Python. Linux, I said why, because the platform which you are going to use, that is your Linux. Okay, and monitoring tool you will be finding everywhere. Being a DevOps engineer, they will ask you to deploy Splunk or to check the logs in the Splunks. Okay, so you should know how to navigate within the Splunk, how the Splunk architecture is there, where Splunk indexer node will be there, header will be there, right? So there will be a complete architecture of Splunk. What is the dashboard of Splunk? Why we use Splunk, right? And because when you are dealing with an application, being a DevOps engineer, so this any of the tool will be coming. At least out of these tools, one or two tool will be 100% you are going to encounter in your environment. Whether it's a Splunk, Elk, Kibana, or Grafana will be 100%, because metrics monitoring like CPU monitoring, your RAM monitoring, right? Your performance monitoring related to your, suppose you are transferring any file and all. Okay, so everything you can monitor with the help of this Grafana. Okay, and Prometheus also you have heard of. So at least one or two monitoring tool you should know, and these things you can later on learn. But at least one monitoring tool, at least for the automation point of view, any of this one. Okay, one configuration tool, and any of the containerization. I'm not telling you to go ahead and learn immediately orchestration tool, Kubernetes, but at least 4 to 5 minimum requirement is there. One is version control tool, another one is your integration tool, that is Jenkins, one is your containerization, that is Docker, and one is your configuration management tool, this one. Another one is for the automation point of this, whether you are going with the shell scripting or Python, it's totally up to you. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and at least one or two monitoring tool. Okay, so 6 or 7 tool is the minimum requirement to work as a DevOps engineer. Now I'm directly taking you 1 second. I'll directly coming here. I'm not showing you this one. Okay, right? You can see maintaining and setting up G billing API and portal, resolving incidents, maintaining billing portal, G billing API, monitoring billing portal by using Kibana log 4, all right, dashboard and from the Grafana, patching Tomcats, right, Nginx load balancer, batch server, Ansible server, maintaining GitLab for the billing portal repository, responsible for creating different branches, resolving merge conflict, create and establish build process using Jenkins Maven to perform build efficiently. Okay, and experience with build package deploy in all the environments, maintaining and configured multiple jobs on Jenkins for regular source code to build and deployment, migration of old CDAS pipeline to the Azure DevOps pipeline. I have also worked with Azure DevOps pipeline also. Created work item in the Azure DevOps, we use work item for the purpose space in the Azure DevOps. Created repository in the Azure pipeline by using JSON file, created repository for the billing portal and Ansible playbooks, pulled repos from GitLab to Azure repository by using Ansible playbooks, creating branches. So these are, you can see, so many. As a DevOps engineer, you see I am touching everything. Even I have done Oracle migration for upgrade 12C to 19C, right? Done UAC, it's more of a cron job, just now you said to me, right? You have done some kind of a so they have a different cron job which is a kind of a dashboard, they used to call it as a UAC, right? So that also I have did a migration to CDAS to AD, Active Directory. Okay, so here working closely with the Java developer for supporting all DevOps related activities. So Pavan, you got an idea. This is just one roles and responsibility I have shown to you. There are hell lot of after this. This is the very 2 3 years back, like 4 years back. I have been working as a DevOps engineer. It's like overall experience is somewhere now 13 years. Okay, so it's almost like 5 to 6 years I have been working as a. So I am taking in my channel some of, because I wanted everybody show they should get advantage from my channel, that whether from where you want to start. Okay, so I this is why I wanted to listen from you that what all things you know. If you are ready for all these things, you can start straightforward as a preparing for the DevOps. All the tools I have told you, what all tools minimum requirement, those tools you need to run. You need to learn. And like you mentioned 5 year as a ABAP developer, right? So out of those 8 years, what you can do is you can split up your experience. Okay, so you can split up
Okay.
your experience, like suppose I would say, because you are in very early phase, so 3 years you mention as a DevOps engineer, and the 5 years you mention as a cloud engineer. This is my suggestion.
Okay.
So there are list of
Okay.
cloud engineer roles also. Just now you were telling, right? You were created EC2 instance on top of there, you have implemented, you have deployed some applications and all. So those type of roles and responsibility you need to put it. Okay, especially in those 5 years, and the 3 years you have to use as a DevOps engineer. If you leveraging your if you want to go to as a DevOps engineer. Okay, so
Okay.
now after that you'll start getting the call, and there are list of questions also. That also I am going to soon publish it. I think GitHub I have already published. Anybody can go, they can see there are list of GitHub question. Apart from that, no, there is no. 1 second, I'll share that also. So Pavan, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
I'm able to.
so see, I have this is very early, but because see, I wanted to cover everything, so nobody will be left behind and feeling alone. Okay, So this is why the playlist is like that, and I have stopped as of now because I've started with Linux. I'll cover AWS and then I'll jump it into the DevOps side because that is the path only. Okay, then it will be easy for everyone. So there is a playlist. Okay, Ansible, Mock, AWS, Linux, Learn, 100 days. Yeah, did you see this? DevOps 100 plus, like same way. Linux 100 plus real time interview question and answer. This is the playlist. DevOps 100 plus real time scenario based interview question and answer. Okay, nobody's see, there are only two videos, and these two videos are covering. You can see I have mentioned also, right? If you go here, you can see clearly it's totally like I have mentioned this is for the Git and GitHub. Okay, so these are the question also. See, these are the question: how to clone a GitHub repository in the Visual Studio, how to create a branch in the VS Code or a Visual Studio, how to delete a branch in the VS Code or Visual Studio, how to delete a branch from the local repository in the GitHub, how to delete a branch in the remote branch, how to delete a remote branch in a Visual Studio, how to add and commit in a Git, what is the difference between git fetch, and these are only interview question and answer. If they will ask you, so they are going to ask you what is the difference between git fetch and git pull. Okay, now apart from this, like if you go in this one, you see here what is the difference between what is git diff in GitHub, why we use git diff in Visual Studio or VS Code. No, most of the time when you are working you will be using VS Code, Visual Studio Code, for the GitHub. Okay, so you need to copy your repository into your local desktop, okay, by using this VS Code. How to use this git diff in Visual Studio, what is the git push in GitHub, what, how to push code to remote repository, how to push code to remote branch, what is pull request in this is very common question. What is PR, what do you understand by PR? Okay, what is the workflow for a PR? If you really worked as a DevOps engineer, you should be able to tell that person. Okay, do you know what is the workflow, what is the behind, how a workflow of a PR pull request, and when
Yes.
who will review it, right? These questions will be there. What is why we raise pull request in GitHub, correct? What is the workflow of pull request, how to raise a pull request in GitHub, what is squash and merge? Normally when you merge any code, right, so we do squash and merge. Why we do squash and merge? So that your entire commits you can see as a summary at a single place. Why we do squash in merge in GitHub? So this and why we do, why we can't do any other thing apart from that, this squash and merge? I have already started this one, but I have started with, after this I will immediately once the cloud will be finished, I will be immediately jump into this one, and I'll take you one by one. Like version control tool I'll finish, then after that the Jenkins I'll take. So complete real time project I'll show you after that. Not only you, for everyone this will be, but that is going to little bit time. Uh, because right, I have very limited time. I am doing my best, Pavan. Okay, so that nobody will be left behind. Kind of
I
seriously, I
think
am not telling. God has given me that opportunity where I can help others, and I am doing it from my bottom of my heart. Okay, so
yes, actually,
why?
I am
Yeah.
follower of your Linux playlist. It is excellent actually. For a free course, actually, it is an excellent playlist. I learned many things from you actually. That I knew earlier. I knew only basic commands, but since I watched those playlists, I learned a lot of things.
Yes, Pavan, and I know I can earn easily. I can do marketing. I can earn crores of out of that one if I'll put just a marketing campaign out of that one. Very honestly, I'm telling you the kind of support I'm getting from all my viewers. Okay, all my subscriber or viewers. I can put it in any platform. I can earn it. But why I'm not doing till now? Because I want every person should get benefit out of it. Okay, so, but yes, I know might be I am, a few of you are asking like I am little bit taking time, because taking time. Why? Because I wanted to finish everything and then I wanted to jump into the other stuff. So yes, this is there. So this is the requirement I can give you. The suggestion, if you want to jump into the DevOps profile directly, okay. And I hope I have cleared your doubts. Okay, Pavan. Um,
Yes,
anything else? Yeah.
Abhishek. Actually, Abhishek, I have three concerns actually, basically.
Mm,
That the thing is, I just wanted to know your opinion on that one.
mm,
First one, since I am switching from a finance to DevOps,
mm.
actually, I'm also covering my technical aspects also. Right now, I'm a BSc, and soon I'm going to complete that MCA also. Am I
Very
audible?
good. Very. Yeah. Now you said you have done BSc IT, right?
Yes, I'm covering that BCA final year. BCA
Oh,
final year.
very good. Very
Okay.
BCA, BCA. Excellent.
Okay. Then I'm going to again go further and complete MCA also. So that I will cover in during the course. But I just want to know how industry going to view me currently now, since I'm switching from a non-IT background to IT. Uh, what kind of a challenges I'm going to face it? First one.
First of all, I told you very clearly, I think in my previous video also I told you, industry is going to see you as a, I would say, more of a, it's not like that you are coming from the IT background, okay? They just want their work to be done, okay? They will see you
Okay.
as a resource, according to me, okay? It's very normal and easy, I'll tell you, when a company works, okay? They will not look after that that, and you, why, you know, you need to mention those things first of all, okay. So suppose you did your BCA. First of all, I'm really I'm not supposed to ask, but I'm asking, Pavan, how old you are.
42.
Salute. Okay, so the kind of, you are a lesson for everyone. Seriously, from, it's coming from my heart that you are a lesson for everyone. We should not stop learning, first of all, okay. And you are about to complete your BCA, you will do your MCA in between, okay. And this is enough kind of spirit you are showing now, Pavan. It's really commendable, and I really want to congratulate for this one to you. And you are still keeping the same pace. That is what I wanted. Doesn't matter, I have shown all my previous video, okay, that if you have done BCA and MCA, now you are most eligible bachelor, okay. You are the most eligible person for this IT industry, who knows all, like, your DevOps tools, you know, AWS, and you are Linux, and you are most best candidate according to me, okay,
Okay. Okay.
for
Okay.
any job, for
Okay.
any job. Yeah, suppose if you wanted to do some kind of a certification, okay, that is an additional, again I am telling you to segregate yourself from the crowd, so that immediately you will get, at least your resume will get shortlisted.
Okay. My next question was the same thing actually. I am planning to have a, AWS solution architect role, a certification. Is it advisable to go for that one?
100% you can go, because what I understand from you, you have understanding, because you no need to go for the AWS cloud practitioner or all, okay. You have good understanding of, and because you are carrying a good amount of experience, first of all, okay. So at your experience level, you can go for the solution architect, or you can go, I think it's for the DevOps, right? There is one solution architect, CSA, right? There are two, three are there, and one is for the DevOps, right? You just check that one.
DevOps solution architect. Yes.
Correct. So the solution architect is enough sufficient, because you have some kind of a development experience also, right, in ABAP. So that is going to benefit you, and that's enough. Okay, I think that is, there is no problem for doing that one.
Okay, okay. The third one was actually little dilemma, not related to IT, but currently in finance, actually, I hold a managerial position. Not just managerial position, I entire command, take care of my taxation work in my department.
Hmm.
I'm hugely respected in that department. In my company, if there is a tax issue, I am the person to look. People go and reach out to me.
mm,
Many people in my manager also, when I was discussing it, why are you leaving this finance to IT?
mm,
You have to begin, you have to start from zero only, from in that IT.
mm,
He was telling it, you have to start from zero only. Right now, you have built a
mm,
reputation in taxation, finance. Why
mm,
are you letting it go?
mm,
I am in big dilemma, but my interest is in IT, but
mm,
my manager has put me in dilemma. You are leaving your reputation, your hard work behind you, and
mm,
going into a new field.
mm.
So I really don't know. Actually, I am a bit in dilemma right now.
Okay,
Uh,
now first of all, I'll tell you very honestly. Every day is a new day, you know. Okay,
yes, yes,
correct. We don't know what will next happen. Okay, so is this only that you are doing that job for your survival, right? And now
yes,
what you wanted to do, that is your passion. Okay, so IT field itself is a very big ocean, first of all. Okay, and once you put your leg in this ocean, okay, you don't know what is the depth of it. Okay, because you know there are so many things are coming going forward, Pavan. Okay, and when you are passionate on something, I am the very practical example of this one. I'll give you my example only. I know I am doing this IT job. Okay, but why I started this channel and
yes.
why I'm
Good.
continuing to earn money? No, I have everything which is given by the God. Okay, I have house, I have car, and I have everything. Why? Because I am passionate about this, I am enjoying this one. Okay, to help others, that is what my the passion is. I want to help every youth, I want to help every experience who wanted to get into IT industry and who wanted to upscale their career. Okay, I wanted to become their the pathfinder. Okay, that is what my aim is. Same way here. When what is wrong with suppose if see what others are telling now, Pavan, don't never listen. Will they? If suppose you will be in trouble, very honestly speaking to you, okay, suppose you will be in trouble, will those guys are going to pay you a single penny to you? No, never.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. They will look after them. This is what the truth is. Okay, and I'm not competing with others. It's my own desire. Did I ask anyone? Did I ask any suggestion? If I wanted to learn, I will learn. And knowledge is the only key success. I am telling you for everyone. Then only we can grow. Until unless we live, we need to learn. Then only we can grow every day. As soon as you stop learning, you are stopping yourself. And I am really happy, Pavan. I have never seen a person like you that who is at this age, man. You have done BCA. Again, I'm really very I'm it's giving me inspiration. Seriously, I'm telling you. You become my inspiration, man. Okay, my
Yes.
age is
Actually,
somewhere my age is 40. Okay, now somewhere. You are 2 years older than me, but you are giving me inspiration, Pavan, that you are now you are
yes.
doing BCA and then you are doing MCA. Man, I would say listen to your heart, listen to what you are doing. Please go ahead and do it. 100% you will see success. It will take time, Pavan, but you will get a good destination. Okay, if you keep doing like that because you are passionate on that one, right? This itself tell that you did, man. You already did BCA. You this itself tell that you have done so much. What else? No dilemma, man. No dilemma. Honestly, I'm telling you, no dilemma. Go ahead, listen to your heart. Okay, what you want to what you want to do. Please go ahead and do it. 100% you will get success. You are on mute, Pavan.
Okay. Thanks, Abhishek. Actually, it gave me a lot of confidence also. Thank you
No,
very
no,
much.
that is what, man.
Okay.
We this is what actually my collaboration is what I'm seriously I'm telling you. I'm having into this IT industry almost 13 years now. Okay, this thing collaboration is in the within the organization is also missing. Nobody is Everybody is trying to pull the legs. Nobody is motivating others to go ahead and do it something good. This is what I can see the missing in this IT industry as of now. Everybody, nobody wants others' well wishes. Okay, correct.
Yes, yes,
So in
yes. It
that
happens in
case,
our organization.
no, that is the truth, Pavan. That is the truth. So in that case, what I would say now, stand in front of mirror. He is your competitor. Forgot
Okay,
about what others are thinking for me. This is how I do my stuff till now.
okay, okay, okay.
I don't care
Yeah,
about others. Okay,
okay,
what I can do, okay, for the goodwill of the society, I am doing now. What you are passionate about, you should follow that one. That's it. There is no other way.
okay. Last question, Abhishek.
Yeah, please.
Before the, uh, what kind of a communication skills I have right now? Is it enough or need to be improved even further? That
Enough.
that's
Single
very
word.
important.
This is enough, Pavan.
Last thing.
You are
Hmm.
you no need to do anything enhancement in your communications. Okay, according to me.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Then you are good, according to me. You are one of the finest resource. That itself, see, one more thing, what we see when we hire any resource. Okay, I'll tell you very honestly, because I hire resources also. Okay, so I see his intent, I see his approach. Okay, that is only showed you the kind of adaptive, that is adaptability you have shown till now. Okay, this is what called adaptivity. This is what called the eagerness. What we see in a resource, that whether he's eager to do it or not, you have already doing that one, right? To get into this one, correct? That itself shows that, see, working in the IT industry is not very tough. Okay, because there you will get more, so many learnings. They'll put you on learnings, they will give you all the trainings, they will give you all the facilities, but the intent is important, which is you are already having. I'm very happy, man. I'm really, my day is become very happy now. Okay, after talking to you. Thanks for talking to me, Pavan. You are on mute.
I'm also quite happy that actually I have had a dilemma and also never know, sure. And after talking to you, actually I got a lot of confidence, and so I'm now confident enough to move forward. Actually.
Sure. Anything else, Pavan, I can help you with?
One last thing about your course, actually, that I wanted to join it.
Okay.
Can I join it now? Actually,
So now I would say, like, it's Linux is going on. So if you wanted to join in between, you can join. Right. Totally up to you. But once the Linux will be finished, the AWS and the DevOps tools will be started, and the monitoring tools will be started. And you will get access of all previous videos what I have uploaded in my Google Drive. If you wanted to join now, you can join. That's not a problem. Okay.
sure. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So it is nice talking to you, Pavan. Hope I have clear your most of the doubts. Okay, just do take care of yourself, your loved one. Till then, Jai Hind and bye bye.